Today I'll show you how I make models from scratch in BlockBench. I'll also give you a few tips along the way on how to make the different model parts, such as the head and torso shape. The first thing I want to talk about is how to decide the height of the model. One way to do it is to use a cube to set how tall it will be in Minecraft, which you can see by looking at this number. My preferred way to set the height though is to copy the head of an existing model, which could be the default model. Now let's take a look at the head shape. To find the middle of the head where the chin will be, you can duplicate the head cube and scale it down to half of its original size. Making the head rounded is actually pretty easy. You just have to use a lot of cubes and then rotate them bit by bit. You can also look at a reference to get an idea of how to shape it. And now I'm going to do something a little crazy, but it's completely optional. I just want to show you that you can take the shape a bit further. Later, I also decided to add some ears. By duplicating a cube from the head, you can make the neck and work your way down from there. At the beginning of making the torso, you can start with a flat shape, kinda like how the head was made. Then you can add more cubes later to make it more rounded. It's easier if you start from the middle and make the sides afterwards. But it can be a bit tricky to connect the sides properly, so an easier way to do it is to make a cube that goes inside the torso a bit. You can do almost the same thing when connecting the shoulder and the chest. You just have to add a bit more cubes to make it look more straight. As you can see, I use the vertex snap tool a lot, because it just makes everything so much easier. When making the bottom of the torso, I like having it go a bit inwards. But it can take a lot of small cubes to fill this space, since the cubes around it are rotated in different ways. You can also add a bit of shape to the back, which is pretty easy to do. Especially the bottom part, because I usually just copy the cubes and rotate them a bit. To make the arms, you can extend a simple cube from the shoulder and maybe add a bit more shape to it so it's not just a straight cube. I also tend to make a sort of elbow so that the arm will bend a bit softer when you animate it. Moving on to the hands, I'm just making some small and stubby fingers, but I think they've turned out pretty cute. Making legs with a nice shape is also pretty simple. Like the other parts of the model, you can start shaping the leg around a straight cube. I usually make the front of the leg flat, but the back of it a bit more rounded. And if you don't add too many cubes, you can easily connect the rounded parts with the straight ones. The foot won't be that detailed though, because I think it looks cuter this way. The last thing I recommend that you do is to clean out the model parts where they're connected to each other. For example, making the top of the shin nice and flat, so that there won't be any cubes going through the leg when you bend it a lot. You can also make the top of the leg a bit more rounded, so it looks connected to the torso when you animate it.